Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
Go for a drive.
'2019 Lexus GS F.
With no launch control, but we can kind of do burnout control.
So hit me with the horsepower of this 5-liter V8 rear-wheel drive Lexus.
467 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque from a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8. And if you're watching without subscribing, do us a favor, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
We see the stats. We know a lot of you guys watch without subbing.
Time to send.
You had an ISF, right?
I did.
And it was pretty much the same.
Let's just get the bias out. So yes, it is very similar to my old Lexus ISF, and I've been dying to drive this.
So that was the second review we did on our channel of all time?
Yes, my personal 2008 Lexus ISF.
Does this feel the same?
The engine feels very similar. The handling is honestly very similar, and I love it. That's where the similarities end.
I remember thinking your Lexus ISF was so fast when I first drove it, and now I'm driving this, like, this is like pretty good.
I agree.
But I'm definitely spoiled by fast cars.
Yeah, for sure.
Like under 700 horsepower, like, eh.
And we will get into a little bit of comparisons later because this does compete with the E63 and the M5, and this is about 150 horsepower down from both of those.
Okay, so let's start it off with a little cliche corner.
Oh, I would absolutely love to because this handles just like my old ISF, and I am so comfortable driving this already.
So are we in Sport Plus or what?
We're in Sport Plus, and I will get into the drive modes in a bit because they're actually kind of confusing. And let's do a little bit of a send and sideways because that's all this thing wants to do. Honestly, this is so playful, and I hate saying that word, but I know exactly what it's gonna do. It's just gonna step out on me sideways, and it's so controllable.
Could we replace the word playful with drifty?
Drifty, yes.
Slidey?
Let's do drifty.
Slidey, because drifting is
Slidey
like
is
drifting,
good.
drift,
Yeah.
slidey.
Okay, so I have the TVD, which by the way, this has a torque vectoring differential in track mode. So track mode, I would assume, would give me the most grip. However, it seems to give me the most drift.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
So track mode to me is drift mode. And the other two modes on the TVD are slalom and standard.
I really like the slalom graphic. It was like just showing it going through.
It's pretty funny. So let's talk about these drive modes quickly. We've got normal if we click the button down, then we've got eco, we've got sport S, and then sport S plus.
And I love the gauges, the graphics.
The gauges are great, but I've been driving exclusively in sport S plus. It's absolutely my favorite mode.
And you've been driving exclusively in paddle mode, right?
Yes, I have.
So I was driving in automatic mode, and through cliche corner, when this thing downshifts, it totally unsettles the car on a turn.
Oh, because it doesn't like rev match perfectly, so the back end kind of steps out?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing this to me?
Yeah, I did notice that as well. So definitely just drive this in manual mode when you're gonna have fun. So in addition to the drive modes, which by the way, you can also customize it, but it's very confusing on how to do that, we also have 3 different customizations for the traction control. So we have the regular mode, we have the one click, which is expert mode, love the name, and then we also have full off.
That launch we did, that was in
expert mode.
Okay, Lexus.
Yeah. So unlike its competitors, this is not available in all-wheel drive. This is the last rear-wheel drive, naturally aspirated V8 luxury sports sedan that you can buy, and that is insane.
I mean,
it's crazy.
G90?
No, the G90 isn't a sports sedan. That's a luxury sedan.
I guess you're right.
That's crazy.
But this is an old car. Like, everything in here is old. I want to mention the oldest, weirdest thing is the way you control this infotainment, because I want to get that in there quick.
Yeah.
It's like a joystick, weird slider thing, also a scroll pad that you can't touch. It is my nightmare, and it's so bad that their touchpad is even better. But back to what you wanted to talk about.
I just want to acknowledge that this is absolutely horrendous, and I don't think I've ever used that word to describe an infotainment, so I don't want to talk about that right now. Back to the handling. Honestly, this does feel so predictable. It's so comfortable to drive, like sport mode, whatever, every mode. There's no difference in how the damping feels, really. Everything's just so nice. Like, you could daily the crap out of this thing and then send it when you want to. And there is a lot of body roll, but you kind of expect that from something this big.
I definitely think it's a good balance of power, slidiness, and comfort.
Yeah, the engine is amazing. I absolutely love it. And it sounds really good, and we'll get to the sound when you drive right now.
Traction on, and I'm gonna floor it.
Go for it.
It's like 5 steps above dad fast.
Oh yeah, no, this is very, very good.
But that sound, it's pumped in, so there's this ASC button.
Yeah, so active sound control.
But when I turn that off, I feel like it's still pumping something in after like 3,500.
Nope, and I know this because I had an ISF. So that's actually the secondary intake opening, so it sounds like it has an intake, so that is authentic sound.
I don't like it.
I love it.
But when you had your ISF, you put a nasty exhaust on it, so like I didn't even notice it anymore.
I did delete my mufflers and I straight piped it.
But I was ripping it there in automatic. Driving it in manual is very enjoyable with the paddles.
It is an 8-speed auto, and it does feel a little bit dated compared to today's ZF 8-speeds.
Yeah, but it's still nice. And then
is.
the only thing that sucks is when you put the shift over to manual, it's up for up, down for down.
Yeah, well,
For a cool car, you know, fix
use
it.
the paddles. And the paddles are plasticky, but they still feel really good.
Much better than all of Audi's plasticky paddles.
Oh, and even BMW, at least for me.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Not Mercedes, though.
So I want to move into the oldness of this on the inside, because this has been around for a while.
Yes, it has.
This does not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.
It has nothing, no modern features for the infotainment.
I plugged in my phone and it's like, you need to install these apps. And I'm like, that's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, for sure. And does it rewind satellite radio?
No, it does not, even though it's got the similar thing to the Camry, which did. But you know what's even worse? The radio stations only go up to 222.
Oh, it doesn't go to 300 or whatever?
No,
Oh.
and like, it's the 2019 car. It should do that.
Yeah.
But by far, the craziest thing is controlling it with this, because it's kind of like a joystick that moves around. But then when you get into certain menus, it turns into like a sliding scroll wheel that you can like feel the bumps. Everything is pretty much a nightmare. You're gonna crash using it, so you should just not use it.
Absolutely, I 100% agree, and I would love to be in that focus group meeting when someone said, yes, I wouldn't crash this vehicle when I use this.
I think what everyone's doing is they're trying new stuff to be the future, so that when everyone is like using their kind of system, they're like, we invented that. Samsung or Apple invented the pinch to zoom. They want to be that company, but they're all failing.
Yeah, you guys failed miserably on this infotainment.
They're BlackBerrying right now.
Pretty much.
But it does have a volume knob, tuning knob. We've got a left and right thing for your presets and tracks, so it is nice. You said something pretty funny.
Yeah, I would actually totally delete the screen and just use all of these hard buttons down here, and it would work.
If they had an LCD display like in your Raptor, it'd be perfect.
Exactly.
But what's older, but I still like, is the gauge cluster. The graphics are so cool. They change with every mode, and in eco mode, what I think is really cool, see this green thing?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking.
When you're flooring it, it goes away.
Yeah.
And when you're off of it, then it fills up with econess.
I just wish that the gauge moved like the IS
or
and
like
the
the
LFA.
RC350F.
Yeah, so pretty much everything except the GS does move.
But it's so driver focused. I think a lot of people can learn from it, and you can get your RPM and your gears in your head-up display, which I found out by clicking the lane keep button for some reason.
Yeah, that's a weird adjustment to use that.
Maybe they crossed the wire or something. And the head-up display we can turn off and everything with hard buttons, which is super nice.
And one thing that I want to mention really quickly, the turn signal stock is like old BMW stuff, so you actually like have to cancel it, and it's really frustrating to use.
And it's so quiet, so you can't hear that it's on.
Yeah, hate it.
Then we've got a lot of carbon fiber in here, a lot of really nice, luxurious, soft materials.
Whoa, on that carbon fiber, look how good it looks. Like, they did a really good job of the carbon fiber.
All the materials in here are better than most stuff that's like brand new 2020.
Exactly, and then we do have some gloss black, which is unfortunate.
Not the end of the world though. But my favorite part is the temperature.
Yeah, the temperature adjustment is actually so fancy.
That's something no one else has done, and I think everyone needs to step up their game and catch up to this old GS F.
It's like my old like HTC Touch, like it had stuff like that, and I was like, wow, it's so cool. I just waited for the clock to change.
And to finish off the interior, these front seats feel absolutely amazing. They're so comfortable, good support, and they look so sporty.
I know, I love how they look. We've got the F embossed in them, and then the rear seats, there's tons of room back there. We've got manual peasant blockers for the window, and then we also have an automatic one for the back.
And it will fit a small cup, no problem, and we should probably end it off with the visor test.
Absolutely.
3, 2, 1.
Yes! Yes, Lexus!
That's good stuff.
That is.
And driving in this is amazingly comfortable because my elbows can touch the door panel and slide forward on this armrest, and it's so relaxing.
And the steering wheel, does it feel weird? Does the steering feel weird?
It feels kind of light, but I'm used to it and I'm okay with it.
But it doesn't feel fake.
No.
Exactly.
But what bothered me, this does have lane keep assist, so in stop and go traffic, it was very convenient with the radar cruise and everything.
But how was the lane keep assist?
The lane keep assist was good in stop and go, but at faster speeds, I was going through some construction zones, the marking was all there, and it was just bouncing me left and right. I swear the thing was trying to kill me. So that scared me.
Okay, so just don't rely on it 100%.
Just stop and go traffic,
Yeah.
please, I swear.
And while the seats are really comfortable, I think a big miss was not having massage seats, because all of its competition does have that.
Yeah, but not all of its competition has a naturally aspirated V8, so I think this could still get the advantage.
That's true.
Like this is really cool.
I'm gonna put you back into Sport Plus. Send it for me again, Yuri. That sound, man.
I would rather exhaust sound.
Okay, the ASC is kind of fake pumped in exhaust sound.
It's off right now though.
Oh, I know. That's why you didn't hear the exhaust.
Exactly.
The ASC kind of gives you a little bit of exhaust and even some fake burbles.
I need a Corsa exhaust like you have on your Raptor.
Yeah,
because that thing was perfect because it doesn't drone. Like, why doesn't every exhaust do that?
Yeah, big shout out to Corsa. They didn't sponsor my Raptor, but they made a really good exhaust for it.
So before I do my cliche corner stand, let's talk about the looks, because nothing has really changed in a while.
I absolutely love the looks of this thing, straight up.
I think it looks pretty cool. It's not my favorite, but I know you're an ISF guy, so whatever.
I let my biases out and just letting everybody know. I do like the spindle grille. I like the crazy aggressive headlights. I like the wheels a lot.
I like the brake calipers.
We've got F Brembo branded brake calipers, and they are in orange.
Do you like the wheels?
I absolutely love the wheels.
What is the Continental recommended tire for the GS F?
It is the Extreme Contact DWS 06.
Rear end. This has a quad exhaust just like your ISF did.
Yes, except this is even more real than my ISF because everybody was upset with the fake exhaust tips on my Lexus ISF, which now every manufacturer is totally ruining. So they have fixed it in this, and I think I like them a lot.
Do you like the carbon fiber spoiler?
Obviously, you know I like carbon fiber.
I think it looks good.
It looks really good, but it's very subtle.
Yeah, if you need it to be fast and subtle, it's good. I really like how it's got that chrome edge around the windows, just like your GS 430,
yeah,
which was the inspiration for the Bugatti Chiron.
That's right. And this is ultrasonic blue mica, and I think this is one of my favorite blues. And if I didn't get my ISF in black, this was actually my #1 choice.
Okay, white ISFs are way sicker, but in this, I want that yellow.
Oh, for this one, yeah.
Because I'm not a subtle person.
No, obviously.
Like, I couldn't...
Well, they offered this in orange, which was super cool.
Okay, that is cool, too.
Yeah.
But I would have taken an RCF in orange instead, because...
Solar flare yellow or whatever.
I'm a two-door guy. Okay, you ready for some cliche corner?
Oh, buddy, I'm ready.
I'm going to do an automatic for you.
Okay. And... Okay, unsettled a little bit.
This feels like it's going to try to spin me out, though.
It will, but how predictable is it?
If I needed to goon in this car, it would be pretty easy. I think it'd be good.
Exactly. See how slidey it is?
It's like for no good reason either.
No, it's every good reason. So let's talk about the competition.
Shouldn't we get to the price first?
Absolutely we should. This is $99,400 to start. And the only optional thing on this is the paint. So that brings the price to $100,050.
That's like really expensive for this.
It is. However, it's cheaper than the M5 and the E63S, which start at around $115,000.
Yeah, but the M5 and the E63S are like a level above this.
They are, absolutely.
For tech especially, and speed and everything.
But, and everyone says that we don't talk about reliability, I can talk about reliability for this. It's pretty much the same 5-liter V8 that was in my Lexus, and it was dead reliable. You get basically Corolla maintenance with almost 500 horsepower. That's hard to argue with if you're buying it. If you're leasing it, yeah, I think I gotta go like E63S.
Between E63S and M5, I still don't know in my head. It'd probably be E63S.
And there's also an interesting car which I want to throw into this mix, which totally isn't really a competitor, but it exists and it's around the same price. The LC500 starts at $103,000, which is pretty much the same price as this.
Do you really need 4 seats?
If you need 4 doors, then you got to go with this, obviously. But if you don't, that is the sexiest car alive.
Because that comes with a V8?
Yeah, it does. The same V8 with more horsepower.
Well, that's probably so reliable.
It is. Like, yeah.
So let us know where the GSF falls in line with your 4-door saloons.
And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Patreon.com/TheStraightPipes and Teespring for 6 shirts.
Yo, buy the test shirt.